And here we are. It's Big Dave Show and Tell for Wednesday, June. What is it actually? The 10th.
It's the 10th.
And
it is.
Yeah, and it's a big day in the tri-state, mainly because John Matarese from Channel 9 is here. Hey, John.
Hi guys, nice to see you.
Good to see you. Welcome to Show and Tell. We've been trying to get you on here for a while. Well, we thought it'd be perfect to have you on here today because, we know that the Cincinnati Zoo is opening today. And to members only for the first week and then the general public. But from what Thane Maynard is telling us, they're already pretty booked up because of limited capacity, of course, that they can let in. And then we've got, what was our list here, Chelsea? We've got the Coney Island opening on Friday, the aquarium on June 22nd, and then the one we know you have a lot of information on, Kings Island, on July 2nd. So, John, we wanted to just let people, they're going to have a lot of questions about Kings Island as they're watching on Facebook this morning on our B105 Facebook page. What do you know about Kings Island or any of the other things that are opening right now in the tri-state?
Well, right now, the first thing that's opening is the zoo, but that's members only. If you're not a zoo member, don't even try to go. You're going to have to wait a week. Coney Island opens this Friday. And you don't have to be a member, but you do, again, have to sign up online. That's the key with all of these. You've got to sign up online, either on your app or just on a web browser, but you need a reservation because all of them have limited space. All of them are requiring you to sign up in advance. And then finally, Kings Island, that's the one so many people are waiting for. July 2nd is the date for Gold Pass holders. It'll be July 12th. For the general public and those lucky people who got preview rides on Orion. They actually raised money for charity and got first rides on Orion. That'll be July 1st.
July 1st.
Oh, wow.
Right. Yes.
All right. I haven't gotten an invitation to that, John. Have you?
No, I have not. I did not raise $500.
Well, I tell you what, if you've got a question for John Matarese about any of the things opening here in the tri-state, we'd love to hear from you. But I can tell you, because I got to go to the zoo on Saturday with my family, and they kind of, what they wanted were some people to come out, employees and their families, and just some people involved with the zoo. And my wife has worked with them for many years to just give them some people, some bodies in the zoo for lack of a better word, a trial run. Just so everything they said, like they said, we put it on paper. We want to see how it's going to work in real life. So it was a lot of differences there. You can see that whole video also on our B105 YouTube channel, a couple of videos down from this one. So Sarah has a question she wants to ask you, John. So go right ahead. Sarah's question's coming up on Facebook here.
Do you have to wear a mask at Kings Island? And that's a great question. A lot of people are wondering about. The answer is, for now, yes. Yes, Sarah. You have to wear a mask in the park when you get to Kings Island. In fact, they take your temperature in the tent. I've shown that in my reporting the past few days. There's some big tents outside the entrance. Once you get through that entrance, you must have a mask on or you don't even get into the park. There's some question about riding rides with a mask. I don't know about going down Diamondback with a mask on your face and how long that mask is going to stay there. I say it'll stay on your face probably about 15 seconds.
It'll stay on the descent or ascent, but not on the descent. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. But in terms of the walking around the park, going to different areas, you're going to have to wear a mask. Also, there's going to be big changes. I don't know if the Fest House will be open because, indoors is going to be a problem. Outdoors, it's great. Outdoors, fine. But indoors, so a lot of changes. They haven't laid out yet all the changes.
Somebody hasn't asked yet, but I'm going to go ahead. And if you guys have a question, Ashley or Chelsea, go ahead. And some people are asking stats on vacation this week. So you're asking where he was. What about the water park with Kings Island? That's good to go too?
Soak City is not. Soak City is not opening yet. They're saying look for a later date. But I say if they don't open that by about July 15th, July 18th, I think it was too late to open a water park at that point.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
August 7th.
You got to start. Yes, you got to start thinking about how long you're going to be open and the costs of running it and everything. If you have a question for John, go right ahead and ask in the Facebook comment section there. Chelsea, did you have something you wanted to ask?
I did. I want to ask about standing in line for the rides. I mean, are they going to have that where you just schedule when you're going to ride it?
Yeah, it looks like it'll be 6 foot apart. They're going to limit the crowd, so it's going to be a much smaller crowd. It'll be like a Tuesday in late August at Kings Island, so a much smaller crowd because they're going to limit it. And in terms of the rides, they're saying everyone will have to stay 6 feet apart, and it's likely it'll be every other row on the roller coasters, which will make it for a very slow load. Obviously, they're only taking half the people. The interesting thing is, as people have asked, if you have to make appointments for the rides, like at Disney, you've got a fast pass, you get a specific time. It doesn't appear now that Kings Island has that technology on their smartphone app where you would make a reservation to say Ride the Beast at 2:15. Now that could change, but at this point it looks like they may not be doing that because they simply don't have that technology that Disney and Universal do.
Yeah.
Will we be able to still get the blue ice cream?
Oh, of course, Ashley. Blue ice cream. It would not be Kings Island without that blue ice cream. You bet you're going to be able to get it. And guess what? While you're eating, you don't have to wear a mask.
All right, this is kind of a long statement, but it's interesting, and I'm going to bring it up, John, from Jody here. After working at Kings Island for 9 years, a long, long time ago, before hand sanitizer, the scariest thing as an employee was touching the money that people pulled from shoes, socks, bras, etc. And I know a lot of places are not taking cash right now, specifically for that reason.
Yes, I think they're going to be cashless. I think it's looking like that because you're right. That's a lot of sweaty money that comes out of people's socks. I have kids, and I know where those $10 bills go at Kings Island, and it goes in their socks.
Mm-hmm.
So that's some sort of nasty. And from what I understand, it's going to be touchless. It's like, to get food, you're going to have to use your smartphone.
Or your not even a card.
That's interesting about the card. What they're talking about is all sorts of touchless entry. So I don't know if you're going to be able to hand a gold card to someone. Again, they haven't been specific yet. We're waiting for the specifics, but they're talking about everything's going to be touchless entry into the park. So it's not like the days where you would hand that gold card to the ticket taker, they'd scan it and hand it back to you. That's a lot of touching, and they're trying to avoid that.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So if you have another question, let's see. Josh works there, and he's hoping everything goes smoothly. I think the one of the main things is that you're going to have, especially if we're not only going to Kings Island, but to the zoo and to Coney Island and the aquarium and other outdoor attractions. The key word, I think, is going to be patience that you're going to have.
Yeah, for all of them, you're going to have patience because it's going to be a little bit slower. You're going to have to take your time. You're going to have to be spaced apart. Who knows how long the ride waits will be, or at the zoo, how long it'll be so you can get in to see some of the exhibits. They're going to keep people apart. It's not going to be a big crowd to see Fiona. So it's going to be different, but the other is not going at all, and them staying closed and you staying locked in your house. And I think we're just all tired of that.
Okay. Some people are saying now, I think they're referring to a gold pass. Kimberly says, I want my money back and can't get it. On that, I'm assuming she's talking about a gold pass. Now, I don't know if I'm overspeaking here, but if you have a gold pass for this year, that's Ashley's dad, by the way, never held on to $10 long enough to stash it in her sock.
Yeah. That's true.
But so what I was wondering is aren't your passes already good for 2020, for 2021 at Kings Island, or is that just Coney?
No, that is Kings Island, and that's the good news. They are not giving refunds. At this point, you're not going to get a refund from Kings Island for your However, you have a free gold pass for 2021. We're hoping that after this year, after this winter, things will get back to normal. And 2021, you can go to the park as many times as you want, and you have a free gold pass. That's not bad. I'll take that instead.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. Bobby says, I've been printing my own money, so it's always clean.
Oh, good. I'll take it.
I hope the authorities weren't doing that. Tina says, all right, so she's, I guess, and this is a good point that, wait a minute. Happy birthday, Stephanie. I'm sorry, I hit the wrong one there. Tina wants to say a thing. I have a pass to Sunlight Pool at Coney. I can't wait, even if you have to make appointments. So that's about the only thing that's open at Coney Island, as far as I've heard. For the most part, the water slides and the little kid splash area is not open. So,
The diving, Dave, the diving boards will be open. So you've got that diving board pool. That's the pool they built a couple of years ago for the new diving board. That's open, and the big pool is open. However, she's right. The slide, and a lot of people love that giant slide over by Riverbend. That one's closed.
You know what, Sonny? Ashley already addressed this, but I think John Matarese can bring it up again. Let's get down to business. Are we still going to have blue ice cream at Kings Island? John Matarese.
You will have blue ice cream. Yes, they will serve blue ice cream. You're just going to have to make an appointment to get into the park, make a reservation
to get
in.
Yeah.
I'd like a table for two with 2 scoops, please, of the blue ice cream. That's what everybody's doing. Here's the thing Jennifer is asking, and I think there's a lot of confusion on this question. I've heard a lot of people ask about it. You have to have I think she meant to say COVID test within 24 hours of entry. What's going on with this, John?
I wish they'd been a little more clear about that, Dave, because I've been looking at some of the forums on Kings Island, and people are freaking out, saying, what does this mean? I have to go to the doctor and get a COVID test before I get into Kings Island? No, that's not the case. There's not a park or business in the country that's requiring that. You have to fill out an online questionnaire, or on the app, they're going to have a questionnaire. Have you been around anyone with COVID? Do you have a fever? Anything like that? Did you just get back from Wuhan, China? Something like that.
Yeah.
It's going to be an online screening questionnaire that you take. You do not have to get a COVID test to get into Kings Island.
Do you think some of people's answers on there may deny them entry into Kings Island this year?
Yeah, I think so. I think people will say, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens with that. If you have a question for John Matarese from Channel 9 here, he's here to answer your questions about the openings here in Cincinnati. We got the zoo opening today to members only. Friday, Coney Island. Here in a couple of weeks, the aquarium. And then on July 2nd, Kings Island. And the aquarium kind of snuck in yesterday afternoon with their announcement of them opening up, John. And I might be wrong on this figure, but I think I heard them say they're at about 33% of what they're going to be letting in there.
Yeah,
is that correct?
One was opening too, but very limited space. Yeah, they're opening too at the aquarium, but very limited space, just like with the others.
Just like with the others. Ashley or Chelsea, do you have another question for John?
My signal's breaking up.
You're all right. You're in a closet over there. I see you frozen a little bit.
My signal's up. I can't hear you. Sorry.
That's okay. Your kids are hogging up the Wi-Fi right now. I know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're like, that's okay. Well, it'll clear up here in a second. We'll look through. If you've got any other final comments for John here, we'll get you here on Facebook Live here as we're going down through here. But we've got the blue ice cream covered, face mask covered for Kings Island, COVID test, and then possibly just the temperature checks. But it's touchless temperature checks, reservation. And there you go. So I think we've covered pretty much everything there. And John seems to have frozen on us. Now he's back.
I don't know.
Nope. He moved for a second.
Having a bad
He's having a bad signal.
I'll be better next time. I'll work on it for next time.
That's okay. That's all right.
Oh, man.
Now you're coming back there for a second. So we're going to wrap it up here. But we want to thank John Matarese from Channel 9. And John, if you are able to talk, I don't know if you are, what are you working on for your story tonight? If not, I'm going to make something up.
It better be good, Big Dave.
Oh, I'm going to have to make something up. No, tonight, John Matarese, I'm sure you can count on John to have more stuff about the openings here in the Tri-State. He's giving me the thumbs up right now, saying that's it. And tune in to John on Channel 9, WCPO here in Cincinnati. Ruthie wants to say, and I'll tell you this, one last thing here. She wants to walk her dogs. Is it going to rain? Ruthie, I would get that in before 3:00 today because I just got a little alert from the AccuWeather app on my phone saying, yep, it's going to come down. It's going to be windy. It's going to be bad. So just know that. So guys, have a great day. John Matarese, if you could hear us, thank you. For joining us. I'm sorry your internet got a little dicey there at the end. But I want to let you know that what I'm holding in my hand, is a radio. It looks like a phone, hello, but it's also a radio because of the B105 app I have on it. You can listen to B105 anywhere you go. Also, you can listen online at b105.com. And hey, Alexa, play B105 in Cincinnati. You know what's going to happen. Boom.
It's on.
It's on. So, guys, thank you. Thank you to John Matarese. He's frozen in that's almost like a school photo that he's been frozen in there for a couple of seconds. So we want to thank him for coming by and answering some of your questions today. But like I said earlier, I think the key word for everybody today and when everything opens up is what, guys? Patience.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Have a great Wednesday.